everyone, thank you for watching in studio. I'm Brian Parika, and today's guests are Angela and Tyler from Big Brother.
Oh, hey.
What's up?
AKA Tangela.
AKA. Turns out we have a name.
And not just Big Brother, one of the best seasons of Big Brother Season 20.
Yeah, BB20.
That's
BB20.
crazy to
Hashtag
hear.
BB20.
I like
Thank
it.
you guys for coming in. I know you guys are moving. How's that been going? What's been going on?
It's been stressful, exhausting. It's
Madness.
mostly my stuff. It's a little bit his, so.
Okay.
Yeah, madness, but we're staying busy.
But you've been able to get all your stuff out here? You have to buy a
Yeah,
bunch of
I
new
just
stuff?
packed everything in my car and just got it shipped out here. I literally didn't even leave.
And you guys are packing for the Amazing Race, right?
That's
is
a
that-
negative on that one, no.
You guys are
Doesn't
moving
look
and then
like it's
packing for the
happening.
Amazing Race. Before we get into everything else, you guys have watched the entire season back, right?
Everything
We
but
have
the finale.
Everything but the finale.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what
Right.
else you'd be missing from the finale. But what have you guys watched that kind of surprised you the most? And I guess, Tyler, what has Angela's biggest reaction been from? And Angela, what has Tyler's biggest reaction been from? From, like, just watching.
I'd say her biggest reaction from me was just kind of, I don't know how many little things
How many
I had going
deals
on.
he had with
But it was for us.
everyone.
Yeah.
I know.
Every single person.
I
So he
tried
got
to
to the top
explain
6
it.
and he literally had to deal with every single person. It's like it didn't matter what he did. He could just sat back and been like, okay, like who's gonna take me to final 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was my biggest,
Reveal.
Yeah, reveal to me.
Revelation.
Yeah.
What about you?
I tried to explain it to her, but mine for her was just kind of how much her strategy of laying low, like, really was portrayed.
Yeah.
Like, they called her furniture, apparently, but...
In the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But I have to say, like...
But she had to do it.
Yeah,
Like-
you two in the final 2 would have been an epic final 2.
I would
I
have
swear.
loved that.
I thought so,
Should
too.
have thrown that veto.
Uh-huh.
And Angela, you kind of realized that you were kind of being portrayed as, like, cold, and you kind of, like, owned
knew
it,
I
which was
was.
good,
Yeah,
and
I
it
knew
was,
I
like,
was.
fun to watch. And now, Casey obviously won Season 20.
Peanut.
Yeah, she won,
Love
and
that.
she played a great game, but
did.
I was rooting for Tyler, like, all season. I think Tyler deserved to win. And now, looking back, do you, like, has anyone from the jury watched the season back and said, wow, I didn't realize how much you were doing, I wish I voted for you?
No.
Really?
Not that I
Not
know
really.
of. No.
Everybody, like, I went into jury and I was the one that, like, basically laid it all down. I was like, this was level 6, this person, this person, this person. And they're, like, sitting there like, wait, what? No, really? Then after that whole happened, like, outside of the house, they're like, oh, we knew. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, people try and say that they, like, knew about level 6. And I'm like, your reaction when during the whole jury roundtable, you definitely did not know.
No.
They had their suspicions. I don't think everybody's watched it all back yet.
I mean, Tyler, you're pretty, like, humble, but do you realize, like, how good of a game you played? Like, do you know, like, looking back, do you know that?
I don't know, man. I feel like I just set myself
And it's
up
not even
too
comparing
much.
to Casey's game. It was just, like, your game was
Right.
just so, like, stellar. I don't know.
I felt good about it, but I felt like I just set myself up to get to the end, and I didn't do enough to actually pull it through and win.
Okay.
And that's what happened. So,
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's today's game. Like, you got to be able to cover your tracks better.
After the season ended and you lost, obviously, well, you came in second place. But you
Yeah.
won America's Favorite.
Yeah.
Dan Giesling kind of said that this, like, Machiavellian style gameplay that we've seen in years past, like, isn't going to be something players do in the future. Do you
Right.
agree with that, or?
I think everything just comes full circle. So, like, these recent few years, maybe not, but I feel like it'll come back.
Okay.
And maybe after a few seasons, if people are angry enough that, like, that style of game isn't winning or being rewarded, maybe, like, juries or players will shift back. I don't know. We'll see, though. I just kind of fell into it.
Yeah. Now, for future seasons, obviously, one of the things that really worked this season was it was because it was an all-new cast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hope next season is an all-new cast, and do you think that's ultimately what made it work? What was it about your season that made people love it?
I think it was because they just brought it back to the basics. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't have any, like, crazy twists that really, like, threw the game, like, to, like, a whole nother, like, level of Big Brother. It was just, like, back to the basics. And I think that's what everybody loved about Big Brother.
Yep.
And they brought it back to the basics and they used all new people. So it was just kind of like a fresh, clean slate. And
Yeah.
I think that's why it did so well.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if you're going to do, like, a returning cast, I like it when it's just, like, in All-Stars. Like, everyone's
But they'll never do
everyone's returning.
all-stars. Like,
Not
I think
that-
that's, like,
yeah.
a known thing now.
I know. But it's, like, it's
Because
better.
you guys know too much. I feel like that's why.
Right. It's tough when there's a mix of newbies and
Yeah.
old players. I feel like it's way harder. Like, Canada did a pretty good job with it. They went, like, half and half. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do.
I mean, would you guys play again, though? Is that...
I would do it again. If he
Together?
did it, yeah,
Okay,
no,
you'd
he would have to do it with me.
Yeah,
I told him
yeah.
if they asked him to do it without me, I'm like, no, he can't do it.
I know. She was the only thing that kept me sane
Yeah.
after I was starting to lose it. So yeah, definitely with her.
Now, you guys were in like one of the best alliances in a while too, and that's kind of what made it fun to watch. When forming Level 6, though, who did each of you think would be the first one kind of to fall off that alliance?
Rachel.
I thought,
Rachel for sure.
I would say Winston or Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Because Winston was very, like
He was
on
so
edge.
paranoid.
Like, very just,
He
like,
was so paranoid.
he would
but I
walk
loved
out of
it.
rooms, like, just like
Yeah.
this. And we're like, Winston, like, I would tell Winston, like, I'm like, quit talking like this. We'd have, like, a normal conversation about, like, Brett's mustache.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he would talk to me like this. I'm like, stop looking so sketchy.
Winston had me dying when he would freak out all the time. It was amazing. I loved keeping him around
We
because
love
everyone was
Winston,
sketched
though.
out by
It was
him.
fun, it was
But-
fun
And
to
he was
watch.
so hilarious.
great.
Yeah.
When did you guys realize, I guess, that it would be you two and Casey that were the ones going far?
Kind of once Rachel and Winston
Well, you already had
were
a
on-
final two with
Yeah.
Casey, the coast to coast. but-
Yeah, but Brett kind of like from early on in the season, Brett was kind of always like fourth in my head in Level 6 because
Yeah.
I was like, Brett can talk himself out of a lot of things, so
Yeah.
He's
he was
gonna be
a
a
good
big
talker,
threat.
but not the best when it comes to competitions.
right.
And then
right.
you guys got him out with that epic speech.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I had
Step
to
one
just
and
Step 1 and 2.
Yep, I had to kind of draw him in with that.
No, I keep saying season 20 was like so great, but it really was. But one thing that could have made it better had something to do with the house and something that you guys could have used in the house, and I want you guys to guess what it is. It's something like it was part of the house that no one really used.
The rock wall?
No.
That no
Yeah,
one
the
really
rock wall would have
I
been
was like-
amazing.
What do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean?
It was in a room. People used it, but they didn't use it for things they should have used it for.
In the have-not room?
No, it was in the
Just
what's
give
it
me-
called? The lounge,
The geometry room?
geometry room.
Oh, like
Jenga?
the Jenga stuff?
No,
The pegboard?
it was the peg where we could like
Uh-huh.
write.
Oh,
And
yeah,
all
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
did was write like your Instagram handles and like
We didn't know
shout
what to
outs to Rockstar's
Colombian
daughter's
hot dogs.
birthday and like stuff like that.
I drew
But,
pictures.
Yeah, no one wrote like get out Scotty or
I
like
thought about that, leaving
Okay.
anonymous messages, but you can't do that. It's so loud. It's like
yeah.
I think
That
it
would
was
be
there
really
for you to
risky.
do it.
I
So
know.
neither of you thought of doing it. Well, you kind of did.
I
but-
thought of like leaving notes in flour, but
I
never
thought,
on that yellow
I thought
thing.
people would look at that and they would think it was a joke. Because
Okay.
our cast was very like silly. They would see that and be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like who's fucking with us,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you looking back, if you could have written something, what would it have been?
Mm.
Something that maybe if you wrote it, it would have saved you in the game, even though neither of you really needed
I don't
to
know.
save it.
I can't
would've-
really think of anything.
I would have just written like the name of the other house's alliance, like Falte, the Hive, and like
Oh,
written
yeah.
all the names
Yeah.
out just so everyone would walk by and be like, oh my god, those are our alliance names, and everyone sees it.
That would have been
Just
nice.
That
like
would've caused
cause,
paranoia.
Like,
Yeah,
cause
yeah.
chaos.
Because
That
we
would've
knew
been
the names.
Yeah, we knew.
Like the whole time.
Falte, the Hive. What was the other one?
Wait,
too?
you knew the names of the
Yeah.
actual
Caitlin
lines?
told me.
Oh, and then
Falte,
Scotty told
Scotty
you.
told me the Hive. And
There was one more.
It was like BB Illuminati or something.
Yeah. Something
That
like
might have been made up. That
I don't-
might have
I
been
don't
the
I think
one
that
with
was the
Bailey.
one
I don't
before
know.
Bailey, and then it became Falte when
Something
Bailey
like
joined.
that. We just knew every all the. Maybe that was just like the bonus round.
It was just so
names or
interesting,
something.
like,
I don't know.
Watching their lines just like get out Scotty. Like it was just not. I don't know how that.
Self-implode.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Sorry, Scotty.
Speaking of your cast, do you stay in touch with everyone? How's that been? A lot of people have praised your whole cast for kind of getting along outside of the house, and like it seems like you guys really do like each other.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool how we're
we
just
love
like
everyone.
putting everything in the past. You
Yeah.
know, it's like it was a game, and you can kind of sense that during the season, even when it just got crazy. Like when people were screaming at each other, it would always just come back down to earth, and everyone
Yeah.
would be civil, which is nice because it takes a lot off your conscience. Like I hold no bad feelings towards anyone.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So-
Yeah. I think we had a really mature cast.
Yeah, and it wasn't
that
even
helps.
like there's nothing really to hold bad feelings
Right.
about, I guess, because there wasn't really anything you guys did that would
A
make
few
Oh, yeah.
personal things, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right. She can
I
see
guess so.
past it. I try
Um,
not to be personal.
yeah.
Get personal too much.
You
know.
played a stand-up game.
I tried.
You walked away $75,000.
I'll take it.
So that's good. Beyond your cast, obviously you guys are part of this Big Brother community now. Who from the alumni have reached out to you that you were surprised they were maybe a fan of you, or that you were a fan of them and it was cool that you got to meet them? Or?
There's a lot of people
It's been
like
a lot, yeah.
Josh and Derek and Dan, Evil Dick, like some legends have
Yeah.
reached out
Rachel
to us.
Riley.
Rachel, yeah,
Dr.
like
Will.
No.
everyone. We went to
Yeah.
Dr. Will's restaurant opening the other day, like
He's
invited us.
awesome.
He's like
yeah,
such
he made
a
us
cool
feel
guy.
so much better. He's like, it's gonna be weird for like 18 months.
Yeah.
Like, just hang in there. Like, okay.
Like
Well, what is it?
legends.
It's been 3 months? How many months?
Like
2 months?
two.
Almost 2, yeah.
2
So,
months.
so is it still weird? Like, how's it been?
It's still weird.
It's a roller coaster. It's like 1 minute you're really, really happy on top of like cloud 9,
Yeah.
and then 5 seconds later you're like, why do I feel sad? It's just like been like one of these.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
What have you guys learned about each other? I guess since it's such a couple question. Since being outside of the house and now living together, like, what's like an annoying tick Tyler has, and what's maybe something that
Tyler will
irritates
not get out of bed in the morning.
No.
Okay.
10. I don't wake up till 10. It's stuck in my head. House guests must be awake between 10 and 10.
Nice
Like-
life, man.
it's stuck in my head, man.
What about Angela? Something that
Nothing. She's
Irritates
pretty much
you.
the same as she was in the house, I'd
Am
say. Yeah, I'd say nothing too different. No, I like it.
I think I'm a little more weirder, right?
Oh yeah, her weirdness shows a little bit more and more.
I
every
try
day.
to hide it
She
in
was
the
hiding
house.
it in the house, but I like it now that it's coming out.
That's great. Now the next season of Big Brother will be the Celebrity Big Brother season
So
2.
pumped, yes.
Who do you guys want to see on it? And obviously, like, do like realistic guesses, not like Matthew McConaughey's, which
Okay.
some people have said before.
I want to see like AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
He's like a
Ooh,
huge
yeah,
fan.
he's a huge Big Brother fan.
That's what
I
Paul
feel like
Endorsed
he would
said last
totally
time.
do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Who else? I don't know. Maybe bring back Omarosa. She just hated. I feel like everyone just was hating on her. She would just tear through that house. She might be out first though.
I don't know. She was entertaining.
She was very
Aside
entertaining.
from everything else, she was
Right.
entertaining.
She was very entertaining. That's to say the least. I don't know.
That's a hard question because
I
there's
feel
just
like
like
they'll
such
go big.
a lot of people. Like
It's a
there's so
wide
many
net of
people
who
you
could
could
be on
pick.
it.
They'll go big.
Yeah.
They'll go big. You should go on.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a Josh and Paul said last time.
You should.
Wow. Maybe.
You
We'll
could
see.
do it. You know you'd tear through it.
Let me take some questions from Twitter now. This
Oh,
comes
boy.
Oh,
from
good.
at Dylan O'Nary, and this person sent actually like 12 questions, but I picked
Nice.
one of them, and it goes, Angela, what happened at the jury roundtable? You kind of talked about this, but when you walked away from that, did you think, oh, they're not going to vote for Tyler?
Well, I went in there like team Tyler all the way.
Yeah.
I was like going in there campaigning for Tyler, and I was trying to like let them I couldn't let them know that we were in a showmance because
Yeah.
if I let them know that, they'd be like, okay, everything you said is discredited because you obviously wanted to win because you're in love with them.
Yeah.
And so I had to like pretend like we weren't in a showmance, and I was like trying to campaign for him, but not let them know that I was campaigning for him. So I was really just trying to like lay it all out, like this is what he's done in the game, this is what Casey's done in the game, like which do you think has played the game better? Like it was so just like black and white, and they still like voted emotionally.
Yeah.
So, but I went in there and I said this was level 6, A, B, C, D, whatever,
Yeah.
and they were like had no idea.
You
And
said
then
Brett hadn't even told them about level 6 or anything?
yeah, and Brett was still under the impression that like Tyler was trying to get me out with the comment he made to Brett. Like Brett hadn't wrapped his head around like what really happened.
That
during-
Tyler's playing like
Yeah.
everything.
So I tried my best to like campaign for him like very subtly,
Yeah.
but I obviously didn't do a very good
And it was a
job.
close vote. It was
You
5
did.
to 4.
It
It
was
wasn't
close.
like you like, I don't know, anyone America's favorite.
Yeah, it worked. I won.
The next Twitter question, and you won Angela, which
Exactly.
is great too.
Aw.
The next Twitter question is, so this actually came from a lot of people too, but at Lister Lulu, these Twitter names are great, guys.
Nice.
At Lister Lulu said, Angela, what was your goodbye message to Tyler, and have you told him it yet? And can you tell him here right now? Everyone was dying to know.
That's a good
I
question.
know.
Thank you.
I honestly I don't remember it word for
Okay.
word. But it was something like I was talking about when Robin Cass came into our room right before I went on the show, and she was like, you might just meet your person in the house. And I literally like laughed out loud. I was like, no way in hell am I gonna meet someone out of 15 people I'm gonna consider my person. And I was wrong, obviously. I met Tyler, and I literally fell head over heels for him. And I'm gonna start blushing.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And I'm trying to think of what else I said. I was just basically like, you turned my life upside down. Like, you made me start, like, feeling again and, like, having emotions. I was, like, flatlining through my life, and now I, like, feel stuff, and I'm, like, a happy person again. And just basically how you turned my life upside down for the best.
Ah,
I haven't
so
even
sweet.
heard this whole thing yet. That's so
There
nice.
was more to it, but I don't remember it word for word.
We'll save that. We'll save that.
that was really nice.
So nice, babe.
See, that's why everyone wanted to know. They knew it was going to be a sweet
I
one.
wanted to know too. Thanks for asking.
This comes from at SpursFan1. Angela, when are you going bowling with Tyler?
Why are all these for me?
Oh, I don't know.
We're actually going bowling when we go to Ohio, right?
Yep, sure are. I have to show her the ropes when we go back
That's
to
really
my
bad.
hometown.
Okay.
I don't even know if my fingernails will fit in a ball.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Angela, what is your take on, I guess, Tyler being this pro bowler? And so you don't surf, right? So
No.
everyone thinks you surf, but you're actually a
the
pro
hair.
bowler.
They put it in my CBS bio.
Yeah,
when
it
I
actually
surfed.
says
I was like, I
surfer.
do not
did,
surf.
yeah.
I said that.
I think I might have asked it about you.
Yeah,
at
I
the
said
beginning of
no.
the season.
Oh yeah.
Is it a surprising quality?
It's strange, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
it's
It's super
awesome.
cool, yeah.
It's random. I mean, I was a pole vaulter. He's a bowler. I mean, it's pretty
Same thing,
equal,
right?
like, weirdness.
Yeah.
Same weirdness.
Last Twitter question comes from Team Tangela Stan.
Nice.
If you didn't meet on Big Brother and met in Hilton Head, would you have hit it off?
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't think. First of all, I would have never had the balls to approach her in
Oh
real
my
life,
God.
and I was already like scared to do that in the house for the first like 3 or 4 weeks because she's just gorgeous and perfect.
Aw.
So I don't know. We might have actually crossed paths.
I
at a
think
Yeah,
gym
we-
where
once.
would you guys have ever
I
even
think
crossed?
we
We might
did
have
cross
once.
paths in
Oh.
the gym once.
Yeah,
Because we went to the same gym.
like
So
one day.
We think we might have crossed paths. I looked at a picture, one of his like gym mirror selfies, you know, and he looked.
And it was you in the background, like years ago.
Yeah.
No, I saw it and it was like you know when you see something, you're like, oh my god, I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like one of those moments, and I was like, I swear I've seen you in the gym before.
Definitely never talked to her though. I would have definitely been too scared to talk to her.
So I guess what do you guys want to share about what does the future have in store for you two? The holidays are coming up.
The holidays
well,
are coming up.
we're spending Thanksgiving in Ohio.
Okay.
We are. We have a lot of trips planned. We're trying to go out and meet as many people as possible. Like Toronto coming up, New York.
Hilton
all
Head
kinds
for
of different
Christmas.
places. Hilton Head. We're gonna make our
Finally
return.
back home. That'll be
Yeah.
our first time back home.
Other than that, we have a couple little projects in the works that we'll talk more about
They
later.
said they can announce it here, but soon maybe.
Soon, maybe.
When you guys have like traveled a lot and like visited a bunch of places, where your fans are at, what has been your favorite place so far?
I loved Canada.
Canada was amazing. The people
Canada.
in Canada are so nice.
They really are as nice as they say. And I did not. I mean, I watched Big Brother Canada, but I didn't really realize how much of a fan base like Big Brother US had in Canada, and it was insane. Like they were so nice. They were so welcoming. I loved it.
But wild. They were crazy.
They were crazy though,
Yeah.
for sure.
Have there been any like really crazy interactions with fans that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid for my life?
A few that got just a little too close. Like the ones that come up and like do this to Tyler's hair. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa,
that's a
back
lot,
off.
yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, no touching the hair. Yeah, but yeah, a couple times. But the people that like screamed in Vegas when they saw like all of us walking together, that was fun. That was, like,
Were you guys surprised by the reaction of people, I guess, rooting for you? I mean, you said you were. Were you?
Yeah, totally. I had no idea how many fans Big Brother had and
Yeah.
how like the fans are like hardcore fans.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge surprise for me.
That's crazy.
Like I said, thought everyone hated me. Figured
Be-
everyone hated
America's
her too.
favorite.
I don't know.
Before we go, I want to let you guys know that the last Big Brother couple who sat here won the Amazing Race, got married, and went on to expand their family with a baby.
No pressure.
So
Hit, nudge, nudge.
the odds are in your favor.
The odds are in our favor, that's
No,
for sure.
thank you guys so much for coming in. What do you want to say to your fans before we go?
Go ahead, babe.
We love you all. You guys have been so amazing and so supportive, and we cannot thank you enough.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for having us. We talked to this guy right before we went in the house,
Yeah.
and a little bit.
You
different
remember
now,
our
but-
first thing?
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
crazy.
we remember. It was great. It was great
was
then,
fun.
great now. Thank you guys for not hating us. Well, some of you hate us, but that's okay. We love you anyway.
And see you soon with their big announcement, whatever it is.
And we'll
Whatever
see
it
you
may
soon.
be. See you guys.
Bye.